Hello, I'm so excited to be here for this workshop, and I'm really excited that you're tuning in. So before I get started, I just want to say thanks for joining. Really, let's turn off distractions and pay attention to this workshop from the beginning right to the end, because it's jam-packed. I tried to give my best advice. So before I even introduce myself, I'd like to talk about my organizing mantra. So you've signed up for this course because you want to get more organized and a bit more decluttered in your home and your closet and your business perhaps. But I always say that organizing is for lazy people. Yes, you heard me. I want you to spend actually less time and less effort finding things, refolding. My advice is actually to make your home or your office not magazine perfect. That's not sustainable. But I want your space to fit your lifestyle. I want your routines and everything to benefit what you're doing on a daily basis and make it fit so you're not constantly being stressed or losing time. That's my number one goal. So remember that as we go through this workshop. If you know me or have heard about me or see me on Instagram, everything perhaps does look magazine perfect, but that's not my goal. I try to work with clients to get their life and their processes involved. Because again, we're here for sustainability and we're here to make organizing a part of our life. So, if you don't know who I am, I'm Jane Stoller. I'm the founder of Organized Jane. I'm a life biz organizer, I call myself, because I help people and businesses get more organized. So my passion really started with organizing spaces and decluttering things, and then moving on to business processes. So my approach is totally holistic. I believe you should be organized in your home, to your office, to your business, and the same strategies apply to each area. So we're going to talk about your goals today in this workshop. And also how my number one tip is starting with your closet, but really think about this for your entire life. Now, you know who I am. You can follow me on Instagram, Organized Jane. I give lots of advice and tips on these topics, but I do want to learn a little bit more about you. And how I do that is before you sign up for this course, or when you signed up, you probably got a downloadable worksheet, and I use this worksheet before I work with any clients in terms to figure out why they're actually signing up for my courses or my advice or whatnot, to really get down to the reason they want to get more decluttered and organized. There's also 2 other optional things that you could have purchased as well, and I'll get to those a little bit later on. But first, I really want you to think about why you're sitting here spending 30 minutes of your precious time during the summer camp, and why you're here, and what do you want really badly but you don't have time to accomplish it. That's the big question. Why did you sign up for this course? Maybe take a minute to write that down. Do you want to free up spare time so you can start a side business? Do you want to free up some time so you can spend more time with your family? A lot of people are probably saying that. Do you want to stop wasting time looking for things, or you're constantly overwhelmed by that? Are you always reorganizing things? Can you never feel like you're perfectly organized? Or is it your business, your processes? Do you think they could be better organized? I want you to take a minute just to write down why you actually signed up for this course in the first place. And if you download the worksheet, then there's a template for you to follow. And if not, you can just use a workbook or the notes on your phone, whatever is easiest. Now that I know why you're here, I wish you could tell me. But one of the next steps is going to be to really reflect on why you're here. For me, that is to sit down, write 5 reasons why you want to get decluttered or organized, I say. So those 5 reasons are really, I mentioned a few in the beginning, but you might have completely different reasons. You might be wanting to start a new job and, start off on the right foot. Perhaps you can really never find things and you know you're wasting time. So write down those 5 reasons that you really want to get decluttered. You can hit pause. This is because it's not live, and come back to it. After that, I want you to rank them. So in order of 1 to 5, 1 being the most important, of course, and 5 the least important for right now. And maybe you don't even have 5, but I want you to rank those. Again, you can hit pause. And then I want you to take that number 1 reason and write down 3 goals on how you think you can achieve that. And it might take you some time to think about this, maybe even tonight or on the weekend. So you can hit pause and do it right now. But on the picture you'll see on the screen, are the 3 reasons I had. I wanted to create a business that really let me have a remote office. That was one of my #1 reasons for getting a bit more organized and decluttered and freeing up my time. And to do that, I had 3 kind of goals and ways to accomplish that. And one of them was using social media intently, so wasting no more time on it, being laser focused. I wanted to get my style organized, so I was no longer wasting time. I wasn't wearing corporate outfits anymore, so I wanted to say, what can I do to spend less time in my closet and show up like a boss? And we're going to get to that. And also, I got rid of my office completely and all the clutter surrounding it. So I was free to travel and work wherever I was. And in this picture, you'll see I'm in my signature white blouse, which I usually always wear a signature blouse. It's easy. It makes me feel confident. There is my office, and I was actually on social media. A picture was taken in France. It was a true reflection of how I achieved my organizing goals and how really organizing relates to your bigger picture goals. So that's why this worksheet is very important to do, and I hope you can download it. And if not, you can even just take notes on what I'm talking about now before we dive right into the workshop session. So again, it relates to your bigger life desires, and I'm going to talk about that at the end too, so stay tuned. Now, how do we get there, you might ask? I have 4 steps that are really important for your life and for your business to having a decluttered life and keeping it like that. The first step is to start with your closet. I'm going to talk about this because it's for a variety of reasons. The next one step is to organize your time. I said time twice there. But to organize your time better to make sure you're the most efficient and you're not wasting any time. Even when you're in your downtime, you're using that productively. And the third is to declutter daily. We're going to make it part of your normal routine, and we're going to make it a bit fun because that's the last step. And I think you have to add that fun factor in so you, your family, your friends, it really becomes part of your life, and you don't even think you're organizing and decluttering. Now, let's get started with the first step, number 1. So, the closet. One of the most important parts for a number of reasons. I say start with your closet because a laser focused closet means you're on your way to a structured, system driven office space, career space, whatever it may be. And once you tackle this, it's usually the most overwhelming for people. So once you tackle this, everything else will seem a bit more simple. Plus, you can use the same strategies for organizing your closet in the kitchen, in the office. All of these strategies I'm going to talk about in the next slide are highly transferable to every room in your house. But for me, you have to start with the closet for a number of reasons. And I'm going to get to that because I think that you probably think the most obvious is time wasting, which it is, but I'm going to get to some more. So my 4 tips to get started in your closet. The number 1 is just start already. Start today. I'm filming this from my house. We're still in COVID times. You should be at home and you should have even 10 minutes today or tomorrow to start with the closet. Just start. Don't make any more excuses. Set a timer. I don't care what you do. Just start today. Then number 2, I want you to organize by the 80-20 rule. So 80% of your clothes you should be wearing. They should be front and center. And they should be easy accessible on the right type of hangers. So I know 80% I know that the clothes you have in your closet, you're probably only wearing 20% of them actually. So I need you to change that. I need you to go through everything and make sure that 80% of the clothes are what you're wearing all the time. They're front and center. Those other 20% are probably for special occasions or what you're really not wearing. So think about your lifestyle. If you're a busy mom who works from home, you're probably not wearing corporate suits every day. If you work in a bank, you might be. So again, let's get your lifestyle in there. And I want you to make organize, donate, and sell your new motto throughout this course in the next 20 minutes we have together and throughout your entire life. And the 4th step is figuring out your signature style. So that goes along with my second tip. So if you don't know that already, get some support from friends, from family. There's professional stylists. There's YouTube videos. The faster you can figure this out, the more organized your closet and your whole entire life will become. So I say that not only because of time wasting, like I said, but a lot of us are here. We have careers. We have our own businesses. We want to show up like a boss. And I believe the closet is the number 1 step for doing that. There's still a requirement for us to look put together in life, in business. I always say if I showed up in a wrinkly shirt, maybe you would not take me that seriously. but it's just how we show up to the world, both online and offline. So therefore, if you spend almost a year wasting time, yes, it's true, there's a fact that if you spend 10 minutes a day looking for stuff, that adds up to a year of your life wasting looking for stuff in your closet. And then I want you to add in the time you spend worrying about your looks. That adds up to a crazy, astronomical amount of time. They say that in the UK, there was a study done that said women spend 627 hours worrying about their looks. So it's not all about clothes, but of course that does have a factor. So take those 2 time wasters out of your closet today, get laser focused, and really wear what you feel confident in and have those clothes in your closet front and center. They should be the 80%. Do it today, start today, even if it's 10 minutes, and then schedule time every day in your calendar until you have your closet dialed in. Trust me on this one. So we've tackled the closet. The next step is your time. For me, time is very important, and it should be for you too. And I'm grateful and so honored that you're spending 30 minutes of summer camp at Create Cultivate with me. And I'm very honored, and I would love if you send me a DM after this course to let me know how you liked it. And again, I would love to also just help you with your time audit. So if you DM me after this course and you can show me your task audit, you can take a picture of it, or if you did it on Excel, I would love to give you some one-on-one advice about your tasks and where I can see you could be more efficient. So that's my offer for today. I hope you're listening. So again, Organize Jane, send me that DM. I will take a look at your task audit. So that's my number 1 tip on organizing your time. And I always say, don't you ever wonder if other people are wasting their time? And they likely are. So really, you're not alone in this. But the first step is really writing down your tasks that you're doing every single day, personally and in business. I have a spreadsheet that I use. I actually look at this monthly because it changes based on our needs, our growing businesses, our personal lives. We have kids, things change. But write down currently all the tasks you do every day for personal and business. So the second step is you've written them down. I want you to analyze them. The accountants out there, you might go by minutes, and there's 10,080 minutes in a week. You might break it down. You don't have to do that if you're if you're not an accountant. But I really want you to analyze and track how much time you're spending approximately on each of those tasks. And it's interesting because you'll likely say, oh, I should be spending 20 minutes on my Instagram engagement, but I'm actually spending 4 hours on Instagram. So what are you doing on there? Is it intentional? This is meant to really give you the aha moment of where you're spending your time, and is that efficient? And you know how long it takes you to send emails. You likely know how long it takes you to do your social media posts. You likely take how long it takes you to make dinner. All of those, you should have a set time in there. And you'll probably be saying, oh, I spend more time on that. That's okay. This is what this exercise is for. Because the third tip is I want you to get focused on the task you're doing at hand. No more multitasking. I want you to use a time cue. That's one of the recommended products that I sell on my website, Organize Jane. You can also use your phone, but it might be a bit of a distraction. If you have another type of timer, an alarm clock, I don't care what it is, but I sell these time cubes because I really believe in their effectiveness. And for me, it has changed my life in the way I especially do digital tasks. I'm going to reach for my time cube right now. I'll set my timer. Let's say I'm doing emails. I'm going to do emails for 30 minutes. I'm going to turn it on, put it in front of my computer. The light will blink, and I'll do nothing else but do emails for those 30 minutes. I will not check my Facebook. I will not get up to go to the bathroom unless I really have to, but I will not get a snack. I will just focus for 30 minutes on that one task. So I really encourage you, if there's anything you take away from this course today, one of them is to really get those tasks focused. We are more distracted and cluttered than we've ever been online. So we need some strategies to get refocused and get those tasks back to where they were, because it shouldn't take you as long as it does to do things. And remember, every time you are distracted, let's say you're doing an email and then you go away and you check an Instagram post, come back to that email, you've already wasted 20 minutes and have to get refocused again. So again, time block, time cue, it's changed my life, and I really hope it can change yours. So now we've covered time. So closet, time. Now I want to go into decluttering. It's a mindset, and it's a very difficult mindset for a lot of us to really think about all the time because a lot of us have some emotional attachment to things. In my book, Decluttering for Dummies, the first part of it is all about your different clutter personalities. So I'm not going to attempt to understand what yours is, but there is lots. There's the just in case clutter bug. You keep everything just in case. There's the emotional clutter bug. You think that was my grandma's. I can't throw that away. Or, this was for special concert t-shirt that I went to, whatever it is. There's the knowledge clutter bug. We keep every book or piece of paper that we've written. There's the techie clutter bug. If we keep every cord, every iPhone we've had, for the past 10 years, whatever it may be, there's different types of clutter bugs. So you really should figure out what you are and work on that. And in my book, Decluttering for Dummies, I go through it. Also, there's lots of tests online, but you probably already know what type of clutter bug you are, and that's okay. I just want you to think about it and think about the reasonings behind it and try to get over that one piece of clutter at a time. So one of the ways that I suggest doing this is to create some bins, because I want you to be constantly reminded to declutter. So bins to me are really important because you can keep them in your home, in your closet space, maybe at your office, whatever it may be. And I want you to label those bins to say donate and sell. Maybe only donate if you don't want to sell, you just want to give a lot of stuff away, which is great. But really keep those bins in your home front and center so you see them, your family sees them, whoever you live with sees them on a constant basis. So if you move on to the next picture here, it shows a donate bin that I have. So I really love donating, and I actually sell these bins, donate and sell on Organized Jane. You don't have to buy them, but if a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want a cardboard box in my house that says donate. So I made these prettier bins that will last you forever, and you can keep them in your home. But again, I'm not advocating you have to go buy anything. You probably already have something in your house you can use. But again, these donate bins are probably one of my favorites that I sell because I love donating. And it's been the way that I've helped a lot of people get over their attachment to things. Because especially if we start young with our kids and say, why don't we give that to somebody who can use it? Your toy is just sitting there and it's getting sad because no one's playing with it. The same for our stuff that we have when we get older. Can someone else use that? I haven't worn this in 3 years. Maybe somebody else would love that, right? So donating, keeping that front of mind, it'll make you a better person actually because you'll be giving back more and you'll feel better because you'll have less stuff constantly surrounding you. The other bin you'll see there is a sell bin. And I say this is an automatic revenue stream for a lot of us, especially in quarantine. But it's no joke, COVID, because a lot of businesses are under stress and have had to pivot. And there's a lot of things we might be able to sell within our homes that are taking up space. So why not go? It's so easy today to take a picture of things, upload it, sell it. Like I use Poshmark for my clothes. Super easy. Even when you sell something, you get a label to print and the shipping is already basically done for you. You just have to drop it off. So today, it's even easier to sell things online. Back when eBay was started, it was kind of the pioneer platform. It's still around. But today we have so many platforms to choose from. So it should not be any excuse that you don't know where to sell your items. So I want you to really keep decluttering front of mind every day. So if you have people in your family that you need to persuade, this could also be a great way. Now, as we move along, I'd like to talk about the last one, which is really important. And I think that you're here in summer camp today because you also want a bit of fun for the day. There's an amazing speakers, workshops, panelists, also movement. Even though we're not together, we're together, and I think we can really make decluttering and organizing fun. For myself, I make organizing part of my organic lifestyle. It is not something that is a pain for me. I don't even realize I'm organizing or decluttering because it's a part of my normal routine and I have made it fun. So for me, I celebrate a lot of the organizing successes and I cheers with my friends when we have, we hold each other accountable. When one of my friends says, I really want to get my office decluttered, let's do it together and celebrate when you're done. Let's talk about this with people around us. Decluttering needs to be top of mind and celebrating our successes. The next thing is I already mentioned, you can have friends over. Maybe right now we can even do it virtually. Send over some cookies like I have now to your neighbors, whatever it might be. to get people just on the bandwagon of decluttering. Maybe you want to do a communal donate. Everybody goes to each other's houses, they drop off something when we can, it's safe, or do a friend's decluttering party. And all of these are ways to keep it fun while you're also being efficient. I say do whatever it takes to inject some fun in organizing. And if you have family or a significant other or a husband or kids, this might be a way to actually change their mindset around decluttering. And the last step is I want you to think about your why. The why is super important. The why is really the reason you started this course in the first place. So for me, I mentioned I wanted a remote office to be able to travel, and having a decluttered life allows me to do that a lot more versus having too much stuff to always clean and organize. I'm more free than I've ever been. And for me, that was why I chose the path that I did. And if I was starting in this workshop, I would have wrote that down like I did the first day in the exercise. So really go back to that worksheet that you did and say the why. The why are you in this course in the first place? The overarching goal should be in there, and you have to make it a bit fun somehow. So let's just go over these again before, so we don't forget. The tools that I offered you today are really just ways that I think will help you get a bit decluttered and more organized. And again, starting with your closet. So the goal of decluttering, I like to say, is to be able to live your life the way you want to live by determining your goals, figuring out your backlogs, figuring out what's holding you back from really living the life you desire, and you can create this. And I feel like clutter could be standing in the way of some of your goals, if not all of them. So all the tools that I have today are to help you and encourage you, to motivate you. I also don't want you to get discouraged or angry with yourself about your current clutter habits. Life is busy. It can be very hectic. I want you to set up a decluttering mindset. You can do this slowly. You can build it into your life organically. And I want you to remember you're not alone. There's a reason why Decluttering for Dummies has sold so many copies. It's a great reference book, but it's because we all need support. I need support. You need support. We're here to support each other. And that's why this workshop and this whole event, the summer camp, is here. So the goals, the worksheet, the downloadable one, I want you to, again, focus on your goals. Clutter affects your mind. So let's get those goals out. Determine them and then progress towards them. Next is really to get focused on your to-do list. Your time is one of your most important assets, and I can't explain that enough, because for me it's so important and I really want to help you. So again, take advantage of that DMing me and I'll work with you on your decluttering time task audit. And again, the last one is those donate and sell bins. For me, it's just top of mind. You don't have to buy them, you can make them, but put something in your house as a constant reminder to declutter. That will be the way you will be able to move forward, and it'll just become part of your habit. 10 minutes a day, just start, and once you do, it'll be easier to continue that. I say with any project, if you're having problems starting, just set a timer for 10 minutes and you'll already be in that flow. Same with organizing and decluttering and that closet, just set that 10-minute timer and just start. So to reiterate, here I am holding one of my donate bins. I'm really proud of them because I think it is one of the most useful things you can have in your home. Again, I'm not a proponent of buying lots of stuff, but this one will really help you, or make your own. So again, this 4 tips was start with your closet, organize your time, declutter daily, and have fun while doing it. So I hope this was helpful. I'm very excited to see you in my DMs about your task audit and your time. And if you have any other questions, I'm super happy to help you through them. And just mention you were part of the Create Cultivate workshop. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. There's so many amazing activities and speakers and panelists, and I'm taking part and really excited to be part of this community. It does feel like we're together even though we're apart during this time, and I'm grateful for all these events and for people showing up and giving me your time. So hopefully this was worth it, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Thanks for joining in.